The world at war and a discovery more than 7 decades ago led up to this week's home front and the return of something one family thought was gone forever.
I had always wanted to return it, and just life got in the way, one thing after another, and so she handed it down to me.
If this crucifix and rosary could tell a story, it would go something like this.
My mother, she was probably in her 80s. She gave it to me and told me that my father had found it during World War II in Italy on a beach.
The family's best guess at which beach Gail's father stumbled across the leather pouch with the rosary and note tucked away inside is the western shores of the Pisa province, where the famed Leaning Tower of Pisa resides.
Said he stuck his bayonet in like a hole in it and got him a chunk of it.
This is that chunk of white marble, Charles Worley's initials, the words Leaning Tower of Pisa and World War II written in ink on top of it. Something else had writing on it, this old parchment from inside the leather pouch. It reads, Private Robert Maynard.
If he lost it, he really wanted it returned, and it said on the bottom of it, reward if returned, which I thought was kind of neat.
Gail isn't interested in the reward. She wants to solve this decades-old mystery, and that's when she emailed me for help.
I'm hoping for the best after all this time.
I searched every source possible, and eventually the trail led me to Robert Maynard of Bristol, Connecticut, who unfortunately passed away December 23rd, 2008. His obituary led me to his son, Tim.
Whose rosary beads were these? And I assume this was something that was given to him for safe travels during his deployment.
Exactly. It was my grandmother or his mother's rosary beads that he had with him crossing the channel.
He would also have the rosary beads on him just 52 days after D-Day, when fighting to liberate France.
He remembers getting shot. He remembers falling forward and knocking out a couple of his teeth.
Tim's father would head off for recovery back in England. While Tim admits his father didn't mention travels to Italy, he does recall his father mentioning the rosary.
One of his only regrets was the fact that he had lost the rosary.
The mystery solved, Gail quickly packaged up the rosary and headed to the post office in Mount Orab. And Tim couldn't wait to take a look at it for himself.
So what does it mean to have it back in your possession now?
Oh, it's just amazing to have something, that was with him through those times back in hand. There's a certain energy there. Years and years and years have passed since he touched them, but the things that he went through while that was in his possession speaks volumes, and the energy is still there with it, as I believe his energy is with it.
It's so great to complete the circle here and make that connection. There's more to this story, and you can read about it in the digital version, which I will share, of course, on my Facebook page, McKee WCPO, and the Homefront Facebook group.